It's live Thursdays with Collectors Confessions, where we go over our comic haul each week. It's your favorite time of the week and mine. This week, it is a large load of comic books. Let's take them out. At the end, you can guess how much we spent. Get rid of the bag like we do every week. Keep our receipts here. Now that's a stack of new comic books. We seem to be getting bigger and bigger each week, thanks to you, the viewers. Each time you view, give us a little bit extra cash. Give us a thanks. Helps us to buy more stuff. So the more you watch, the more stuff we'll buy. The more these stacks will grow each week. Remember, at the end of the live, you can guess how much we spent. Check out some of our other videos. Yesterday, we went live with Mark Russell interview. Check that out. What else do we have coming up? Ooh, we have a really good interview coming up. Next Wednesday, Mike Allred talked to us for over an hour about his career, about Madman, about iZombie, about how much he loves Star Wars. Perfect question. I was waiting for somebody to ask that. The Rangers lost. There's no other way to say it. The Rangers lost, and by the time they were in the dressing room, the beard was gone. It is what it is. And it was getting hot. It started to get warm. These 85-degree days were killing me with the beard. It was, maybe it will come back again next year. We'll see. My wife also wanted it gone, so. Allred interview was, Comic Pug, let me tell you, it couldn't have went better. He really just chatted with us for like an hour and a half, and we had no idea what a huge Star Wars fan he was. Right out of the gate, you got to check out what his background looks like. It's just, we had no idea he was a Star Wars fan, and then we just, we chatted about getting into comics and about his work, and then just about the stuff he loves and what he collects. He collects Star Wars, which was, a shock to us, and we just went like that to him and said, look, so do we, and, we kind of hit it off. It was great. Couldn't ask for better. We'll have more interviews too. We're looking to, get a whole bunch of other people on, but let's get into this week's. Speaking of interviews, one of our earlier interviews, Tony Fleeks, his Feral is continuing. This has been absolutely fantastic. I think I say it every month when I pull one out. It is about cats that are involved in the zombie apocalypse. So they are trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, and they're cats. So it's kind of Disney-like, but with a zombie horror spin to it. It's genius. Tony Fleek stuff is genius. And this is not the only Tony Fleeks this week. World Tree has also been fantastic. This is this special. Image did a special thing last week. Unfortunately, they couldn't get them, so they brought them in for me this week. This is World Tree 1. It's the dollar thing. It's to introduce people to their titles. So they did this one, and they did Tony Fleek's other story, Stray Dogs. Not sure why they didn't do Feral, which is the one that's running right now, and not Stray Dogs, which ended a while back. Same kind of story. This one, I believe, it's a serial killer. So the Stray Dogs are trying to save people from a serial killer, if I remember the story of this one. So these are my indies for the week. Not many indies this week. Not many DC this week either, but a lot of Marvel. And see, Brian is joining us via remote. He doesn't know how to join these. He's welcome to do his live anytime he wants, but he, tends to stay in the background. He's run away since I shaved the beard, so he doesn't know what he's doing. Batman 148. One of the many Batman series that are going on right now. Batman Dylan Dog has been pretty good. Detective Comics has been good. Batman's also good, but, if you collect one Batman series, you have to collect them all, right? Isn't that the rule? And we have on the side here, we have my comics from the Allred interview. There's the Fantastic Four he did. Here's his Batman Dark Age. We had a really good conversation about this and what they're doing next with this, which is, fantastic. Also from this week, Kneel Before Zod number 6. Story's been really good. It's like a updated origin story kind of Zod, of where Zod is now, and he's trying to recreate Krypton, and it involves his son a little bit, who's part of the Midnight Suns ones, right? That's the name of it. I don't think that came out this week. No, that didn't come out this week. So that's been good. This is the first issue of this based on the cartoon that's been going on, The Adventures in Superman cartoon, which is on midnight on Cartoon Network. This is the tie-in comic book. I always enjoy tie-in comic books with cartoons. Love the Justice League one. Love the Batman animated one. This is the next one. So if you're not watching the cartoon, I highly recommend it. We'll see how this the comic is. I don't know. Josie Campbell's writing it. We'll reach out to her and maybe we'll have her on for an interview. That's how we work here. Shazam. Had people who, yeah, Stray Dogs. It hit, and that's where Feral comes from. So Tony said in his interview how well Stray Dogs did, and the next logical thing was Feral with Cat. So the horror and cutesy art mix so well together. Shazam 12. It's been pretty good. I've always been a Shazam fan, or Captain Marvel, whatever you want to call him. This one's been pretty good. They never seem to last very long, so not sure how long this one's going to last. Suicide Squad, This Ends to Kill Arkham Asylum miniseries. This is issue number 5. I am going to read it now. I was saving it until all 5 came out, so I haven't read them. I thought it was interesting they came in bags. I think they have codes in them so you can do something with the game. So that's what Panasinian, one of my favorite artists. We've met him a bunch of times at New York Comic Con. Another new series, Boy Wonder. This is book 2. It's from the DC Black Label, which finally they listened and made them comic book size, not the big ones. I hate the big ones. I have nowhere to put them. I can't fit them in a file cabinet or in a comic box when they're large size. When they're comic book size, I'll buy every one you put out. When they're too big, I get very annoyed by them. What else we got? Oh, Last Hunt Predator, number 4. You guys know how much I love the movie tie-in ones. The stuff that Marvel's doing with Warner Bros. Now here's my Marvel haul now. And there's a special. This is a Dazzler week for some reason, and we'll get to that at the end. Why is this called the Dazzler week? Stay tuned to the end. It should have been called a Skottie Young week because Skottie Young did a bunch of variant covers this week for Marvel. I believe there's 5 or 6 of them. These are all his variant covers this week. So there's a bunch. He did a bunch of like very plain variant covers. X-Men 35. There's the first one. Skottie Young Cyclops. I know Skottie Young is a divisive artist. Some people like the childish looking art. Some people do not. I, for one, like the childish art. Pain, man. Such a pain to store, man. Such a pain to store. I don't know if you can see them. Let me turn you a little bit. I have file cabinets. So I have all my comics in file cabinets, and whatever doesn't overrun goes into regular comic boxes. So when they put those big ones out, I have nowhere to store them. So it drives me crazy that they make those. Here's another one, Wolverine, Blood Hunt, number 1. Part of the Blood Hunt story, but it got a Skottie Young cover. Venom, number 34. It's Skottie Young's Big Marvels. That's what this tie-in is with all of the different Skottie Young covers. I don't know how long it's running, if it was just for this week or it's running for next week. Haven't looked at next week's titles yet. Ghost Rider Final Vengeance 4. As you can see, I am a fan. Carnage 8. Amazing Spider-Man 51. This is one of 2 covers that I bought. We will see the end one and the reason why we're here this week. The title of this week's episode. Blood Hunt number 2. I think last week they only gave me the red band one. This week is the regular one. Oh, this is Blood Hunters number 2. This was written. Oh, it was written last week by Mark Russell. This week it's not. I don't know why. He wrote a story in last week, so if you haven't, check out the Mark Russell interview. He talks about working on this Blood Hunters issue number 1. Get Fury. This has been good too. Love the old war comics. Yeah, I met him at New York Comic Con, and he signed a couple of things for me. He does the spin the wheel thing, right? He's done away with that in recent years, but he signed a couple of things. He was really cool. Skottie Young was really cool. I love his art. I'm a fan. So, Get Fury's good. Pick it up. I love the old Army stories. I'm glad they brought Fury back. As you know, I've been collecting all of these facsimiles of Marvel Secret Wars. This is number 6. Great ad on the back. If you didn't see one episode, I bought every single Dreadstar in one single comic book convention. And now I'm piecing together the other ones that came out later. But the original run, I bought every single one for $1 each at one convention. I think that was some kind of record. I should be in the Guinness Book of World Record. Another one of my favorite artists, John Tyler Christopher. He did all of the action figure covers. Now he's doing the Negative Space covers. This is the Ultimates #1. His Negative Space cover. I think these would be great to get signed too. And he has a great signature. I have some of his other ones done. What If Venom? This is the final issue. This is another one of our interviews we did with Jeremy Holt. Absolutely fantastic. It was great chatting. Lots of stuff coming out from Jeremy Holt. Keep an eye out for Jeremy Holt and what he's going to be doing with DC. We're not allowed to talk about it, we promise him, but he's doing some crazy stuff coming up. Here is What If Venom. Here is the reason for the episode. I should get a drum roll, but I don't know how to do that. Amazing Spider-Man 51. The Dazzler variant cover. Minnie Mouse as Dazzler. Dazzler covers have been appearing more and more throughout the Marvel Universe. There actually was an Archie one too that mimics this original cover. What does that mean to everyone? I think that the superpower variants, I'm going to buy every single one. I'll buy every single one of those superpower variants. Superpowers is one of my all-time favorite things. You can't see them. I have them hanging up somewhere behind me. The recent ones coming out. I'm a sucker for those old 80s toys and anything relating to them. So you put it out, I'm going to buy it. Also a bunch of freebie stuff in here this week. This is IDW for the month, what's coming out, how I plan my upcoming things. DC Connect, how I plan my DC things. Bunch of new stuff coming out. I actually looked, so there they are. Speaking of your superpowers covers, there you go. I will put in for every single one of them when they come out. Most certainly. Who's actually doing it? Jason Geyer and Alex Seva. Oh, Alex Seva. So I will be looking through this and pulling them out. I'll look at Poison Ivy one. Cool. I will be buying every single one of those. And here is what's coming up for Marvel. There you go. That's how I plan my future and how much money I'm going to spend. And they also threw in Den of Geeks, both covers. 2 covers this week to celebrate the upcoming House of Dragons. If you're a fan, I am a fan. I will be watching. I'm not a G.I. Joe fan. I don't know if Brian's not on anymore. Brian's a big G.I. Joe fan. He's the one to talk to about G.I. Joe Kickstarter. I don't know why he dropped off so quick. He's a slacker, that's why. So that's basically the haul this week. What do you think I spent? I actually have no idea what we spent. I didn't look yet. Yikes. What do you think? How much did I spend this week? It was a big week. Here's the stack. A lot of variant covers. While we let you think about that, here's another comic I bought recently. Quest Probe. It's was a video game in the 1980s that they did a comic book tie-in. Only lasted for 4 issues. It was supposed to be many more. Supposed to be each video game had a different hero, so they released a whole bunch of different video games. 90. I think you guess that every week. Very close. I spent $99.40 this week. $99.80. $99.60. That's it. That's how it works. That's this week's Comic Plug. Thanks for joining me every week. I continue the show for you. Hopefully we get more views as we go along. I know we have some people come in and out, but you are definitely the most dedicated to us, and for that I thank you. Send us pictures of what you buy each month and we'll throw them in one of our other videos. Thanks for being a loyal subscriber. Thanks for being a loyal viewer. Thanks for joining me every week at 6 o'clock. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Check us out. Don't forget to watch. We have a haul video on Saturday we went to a Trenton High School charity Comic Con. It was fantastic. And then next Wednesday we have the Mike Allred interview. So we'll see ya. I'll see you next week. Same time, same Comic Collectors channel. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.